Hey folks, it's time for the quote of the day, and today we are going to be quoting one of the greatest science fiction authors of all time. Without a doubt. That's not even up for debate. Today we are quoting the one and the only Ray Bradbury. Now, if you're not sure who that is, if that name doesn't ring a bell, oof, you got some reading to do. And I'm sorry to have to give you homework, but there are a few pieces of literature out right now that you need to be reading, that you need to have context of. One is obviously The Handmaid's Tale, which we have an understanding that that's happening, but we also need to know, just by the fact that I'm telling you to read, and the fact that a lot of people, as soon as I say you should read this book, I use that word book, they like cringe. They're like, who reads books? No, I'll have somebody read it to me. That that fact tells you everything you should know about the Ray Bradbury's most popular novel, which is Fahrenheit 451. Now, I don't want to spoil it. I really, honestly, I don't want to spoil it. And if you fucking watch the Netflix thing with Michael B. Jordan, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not Fahrenheit 451. Do not count that. That's not it. The book, this isn't one of those things where I think the book is better than, no, they're two different stories. So, you need to read the book. Guy Montag, that's my dog. You gotta read it, right? Like, you have to understand it. You have to read it. We'll break down into discussion groups afterwards, but it is very important. And I tell you it is because I can't really, I don't want to spoil it, but I will tell you this. In the future that Ray Bradbury paints, nobody reads anymore. As a matter of fact, books are outlawed. And there are firemen, that's what they call them, firemen, who go around and their job isn't to put out fires. Their job is to burn books and put out knowledge. We've moved beyond that in society, in the world that Fahrenheit 451 takes place in. And it is a dark, dark world where people just believe whatever they hear. They believe whatever they see. They don't have the ability to take knowledge, ancient knowledge, recent knowledge, whatever it may be, and ingest it and learn or understand on their own. They don't have that ability anymore. They are instead fed things through, oh, I don't know, little magic boxes with screens on them, and they're told what to think, and they're told how to behave, and they're told what history is, because they don't have any other way of knowing, because nobody reads books. Now, I know that I'm quite literally leaving out a very big portion of it, but it is important that you read this book. It is absolutely required reading. It is one of those books that unfortunately becomes more and more true every day. Yeah, there's actually, I have it here. There's a snippet from a magazine that Ray Bradbury was in. He was talking about how he had written Fahrenheit 451, and how he all of a sudden had this moment. Now, I want you to don't worry about when this snippet came, right? Don't worry about that. Just listen to it. Listen to what he wrote here as he talks about the legacy of Fahrenheit 451. He said, in writing the short novel Fahrenheit 451, I thought I was describing a world that might evolve in 4 or 5 decades. But only a few weeks ago, in Beverly Hills one night, a husband and a wife passed me walking their dog. I stood staring after them, absolutely stunned. The woman held in her hand a small cigarette package sized radio, its antenna quivering. From it sprang tiny copper wires, which ended in a dainty cone plugged into her right ear. There she was, oblivious to man and dog, listening to far winds and whispers and soap opera cries, sleepwalking, helped up and down curbs by her husband, who might just as well have not been there. This was not fiction. It doesn't matter that he's talking about an antenna and copper wires and things like that. How many times have you seen that in today's world? How many times have you recognized people walking around with their phone in their hand? This is what they see. This is all they know. They walk around and everything they see and do is through this screen. And I know it seems contradictory to be essentially coming to you on that screen talking about it, but it's important that we wake up and recognize that this is not reality. This is not truth. And that sometimes we have to go out of our way. We have to read. We have to learn. We have to find knowledge because it's not coming to us, right? People seem to think that that's the way it works now. People seem to think that knowledge comes to you. You turn on your little magic box here, and stuff comes in, and it feels kind of like you're getting it in your brain thingy, but it doesn't always stick, and it's usually done in very, very bite-sized increments. And so all you have is bite-sized brain. That's what you have from this point on, is bite-sized little brain, and all you have is these little facts and these little moments that you can say something because you can't actually string together fucking coherent thoughts because you don't have that ability anymore. Because you've lost it. Because all you have is the little itty bitty tiny things that you let into your brain because you don't go seek knowledge. And that's the point, right? That's the point. That's what he's talking about here. He's talking about the fact that we just sleepwalk through the world with our screens, with our earbuds in, and just listening to shit that's not even there. We're not even aware of what the fuck is around us. We're not aware of the people that we literally step over that are fucking dying on the streets. We're not aware of what's happening in the fucking world around us because we're so caught up in the stories that are being told inside our fucking ears. And again, they're told in bite-sized little tiny bits, so we don't actually get anything out of it. Now, if you've listened to this point in this video, you are not one of the people I'm talking about, but you absolutely know ones who are, right? If you've listened to this point, if you've listened 6 minutes into this video, then you probably aren't the bite-sized brain kind of person. But are you paying attention to what's around you? Are you paying attention to the world outside of this box? Because you need to be. And that's the point. Now, I'm going to give you 2 quotes from Ray Bradbury. And I want to talk about them a little bit. So we're going to do that now. But don't forget this first part of the video because it's very, very fucking important. Now, it's important to understand that Ray Bradbury isn't like the big three. He wasn't a Heinlein or Isaac Asimov or a Arthur C. Clarke. He wasn't entrenched in science fiction, and he wasn't trying to predict the future. He used science fiction and technology to further a narrative, and that's why he's not considered like one of those kind of writers. But I think that it's important to understand that he did absolutely see things coming, right? Like he was a bit of a futurist, even though he's not on the level that maybe they were because, oh, God forbid he wrote poetry. But he called this one. And I want you to hear it from him. I want you to hear his words, his quote, because I think it's really, really important that we understand this right now. Ray Bradbury, in an article that he wrote, or a piece that he wrote about 5 tech predictions that he was making. This was posted after he died, but this was something that he had written in a not important magazine. He said, "I don't think the robots are taking over. I think the men who play with toys have taken over. And if we don't take the toys out of their hands, we're fools." Yeah, he's right. He's right. He's 100% correct. He is 100% correct. We have not let technology take over. We're not letting robots take over. We're letting these fucking idiots that have the toys take over and tell us how we get to play and how they're going to play. And we get to watch them play with their rockets. We get to watch them play with their rockets and their fucking special robots and their AIs. We get to watch them do it. They're playing with all their toys and we just get to watch it, right? We've allowed them to do that. We don't fight back. They tell us and we go, okay, I guess that's how it is. So this other quote is not anything to do with this. It's very non sequitur, but I think that it's an important thing, and I want to go out on it because I want people to understand that he wasn't all about science fiction and technology. He didn't just have this dark image of the future. He understood humans. He understood life. He understood things at a way that those other writers maybe didn't as much. He was a very, very good, close friend of Gene Roddenberry. And those two, with their progressive way of thinking, with the way that they wanted to see a future, they understood what it meant to be human. And nothing says that more than this quote. Ray Bradbury once said, "We are cups, constantly and quietly being filled. The trick is knowing how to tip yourself over and let the beautiful stuff out." Let me read that again. We are cups, constantly and quietly being filled. The trick is knowing how to tip ourselves over and let the beautiful stuff out. I don't think anybody can argue that Ray Bradbury let the beautiful stuff out, and we are all better for it. Go read Fahrenheit 451. Happy birthday to Ray Bradbury, and to the rest of you, please. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. I'll talk to you soon.